All right, so here we go. Gonna start you out already with the bench shot. So that way you can see what's going on. By popular demand, people have been saying, let's do it on this one. Let's build the new one out of this one. And look at this sucker. It's like, this one's scary for me because this thing is so nice. And when you see, look at the nice wood in there, the top, even the inside you could wreck. But I'll probably do all my cutting. Well, it all depends, you have to tape it off. But it's got really nice wood. I mean, it wouldn't rattle if it was screwed down. But so yeah, this will be the box that I'll be using for the new project, the Camacho. So we'll call it the Camacho CBG. There's another guy I watch online, he makes a lot of his boxes out of Camacho boxes. This one even has felt on the bottom. So this is what we use. I like these little arrows. It kind of goes, it's got a scorpion on it. And so we'll have to figure out how to cut this. You know, we definitely have to cut in these to put the neck in. So we're gonna have to get my neck material, which I have, to cut the neck. And then for the neck, for that headstock that I always make, we got the wood for that. We'll have to glue them together. And I do have, let me pull these out. I did save my templates, and I'll show you those. I'll show you some of my tools. So I got my centering ruler for the box cutout built up, and I made this myself. You can buy them, but I thought, you know, I could make that thing. So you put it on here. That way you can see if you're center, so you can get that hole to figure to cut out. And then these two pieces will be the headstock. So I'll have to glue these together. And I made my template, see, longer so it'll all work. So that'll go on there like that. So I got my template for that, as you can see. Maybe this is too bright. We'll turn one of these lights off. How's that? Yeah, that's better. My camera iris adjusts too much, so that'll be the template for that. And then we've got, I saved this one. I even marked it. I put neck, and this is a sample. This is the grade to put the pitch on the neck in the box. Same thing with this one here. I did the same thing. I marked it neck, so that way I know when I get that slope for the neck. So I got those all ready to roll. So we need to lay it out. The thing I've got to build, and I got this. This is my sample. Maybe one of these days I'll try to use it, but you can see I made all kinds of mistakes on this headstock. But then I thought, well, I originally was going to use it, and I thought, well, I've seen these before where they take a ruler and use that for the fretboard. And I was already planning to do that when I was trying to make this work, but I couldn't make it work. And you can see I cut it out. I actually put the slope. I put one of those slope things in here to slope it. So essentially this one, it could put it in a box, but I forget what was wrong with it. Maybe it wasn't square this way. This is made out of mahogany, which has a tendency to bend and twist. So it might have went straight since I put this on, but as you can see, I made mistakes on it. I shimmed it here. Anyways, so this is just like my little sample piece. That way I can show you what I have to cut out and do to this thing once I get the headstock scarfed on there. So yeah, I kind of keep this around as an example. Plus it shows me all the mistakes I made. I did like that flute I put on it, but anyways, that's my, and you can see it could fit into a box. See, that's the notch you do for the box, and it's got actually a nice foot on there. So that's where we're at with the boxes. The other thing I was going to do is I've got I got this. Let me get this thing down. I might try to do this at the same time. It'll keep me busy. But the Camucho will be the main one that we'll follow and do slowly for the program. I got another one of these Total Wine boxes, but this one's a little smaller. As you can see, this is the bigger. You can see the size. See, there's the size. So, anyways, if I made another one, I'd make this like the other one because that's kind of the size of it, and I like the sound of that. But I thought on this one that I could do the straight neck thing with no big headstock, with just a flat headstock where you carve it out, and it would go together quicker. So I might, in tandem making this one, I might be working on this one too, just to have another one in case if somebody's interested and they go, oh, I don't want to pay $150 for the one that I made. I could say, hey, I got one for $100 and I'll sell this for $100, but it won't have that fancier neck on it. So that's kind of what I'm throwing around. So we'll see how that comes out, as long as I got them. Still didn't. After I gotta go back in there and talk to them. I still didn't get them to put my guitar in the store. The assistant manager that was there goes, oh, I've got to ask the other managers. They're all here, but they're in a meeting. So I guess he didn't feel that he could interrupt and say anything. So I still yet got to get it in the store. So maybe next time I go down there to check boxes, I'll throw my other one. I'll throw the guitar in my car and carry it with me when I go in there and see if I can get them to at least set it on a shelf in the store. The assistant manager was looking at it, goes, man, I might buy it. He goes, these things are cool. So still got to do that. I'll actually, when I do get it in there, I'll take a picture and throw it in one of the shows that it's in there. But for right now, it's not in there. So that's kind of where that is at. A couple things I got. I went to Harbor Freight the other day because I was working on my trailer, the trailer that's right behind me here, and I needed one of those. It's like a plastic donut. It's about that big, a plastic donut. So when the wheel that jacks it up and down won't roll around, you set it down and the wheel sits in there. And they had it. It was only $5. And so I always look on the discount rack, and I found a couple good deals. I found a really nice Portland saw hole saw. As you can see, I didn't even open it up yet. So, and this was like half price of what it would normally cost. And then I'm always looking for, since I had that new multi-tool, I use it for sanding and I use it for cutting, which will probably be used on this one I cut, because I know I can get a pretty steady plunge cut without tearing this up too much. And but I found these. This was like the price of just one of the blades. It was cheap. It was like, I think I paid $4. These are like, it's like $10 for the set. But this actually has a flexible scraper, so you can scrape stuff off, and a solid scraper. So it gave me a few more tanks. I think I already have this size, but hey, you can't have enough of things that cut, because they you use them wrong and you dull them out. So yeah, so those are some of my good Harbor Freight deals that I found. And yeah, we'll get rolling on this thing. You can see I still got my Danish oil out right here. And so yeah, so that'll be, and this, I picked this one up because of comments of people. So by popular demand, I'm doing this one. I still got to figure out what I'm going to do. I'm thinking it's pretty dense. I'm almost thinking of putting something underneath. There's a guy, I can't think of his website, but he does boxes, and on the real fancy ones, he's actually put and a piezo on the back side of this. So it's actually on the inside, so you don't have to cut a hole for a pickup, but you can still amplify the lid. So I might go that route, and so then most of the holes will be just in the side and not on the top, because I really like the way this thing looks. And then I would definitely leave the seal on, and try to do it all that way. And then if I put in a piezo plug in, it'd be here. If I put a volume on it, I put it down below on here, so it's not defacing the front, because this thing is beautiful. I mean, this has got a better finish on it than some of my guitars. I mean, look at that, it's like a mirror. Look at, it's really nice. So kind of excited to do that. It'll test my abilities, because you get like one chance to cut it and mess it up, and then you got to figure out how to fix it. So hopefully I can cut it without messing it up. The nice part about this too, if I cut the top, as you can see, these are actually screwed in with little Phillips screws, so I can take the whole, if I'm going to cut this side, I can take the whole lid off, so I don't mess it up much. So that's a good part about it, that it's actually built that way. So definitely a bunch of decisions to be made. What I'll do for next week is I'm going to start on the neck, you know, making the headstock for it, or it'd be scarf that way. Making the headstock for it. Got to check my tuners. If I don't have enough of those tuners that are all, I think they're left-handed or right-handed, they would go like on a Telecaster, where they're all on the same side. I think I had one set of those, and the last three I used for the total wine box might have been my last three. So I might have to buy 6. They come in sets of 6, so I might have to buy 6 more of those for this. For the neck that I'm going to put through the total wine box, I've got some cheaper ones that I can put on that neck, so I think I'm good in that regards. But this one, I'd want to put some nice tuners on it. So and I don't know, with the orange and black, let me know in the comments. I might order some gold ones. What do you think of gold on that, with a darker color instead of silver? Because there is silver here, kind of in the, I think that's, yeah, there is silver here in the logo, so that might go okay up top. So I could use silver, or I could use gold, just because this thing's so shiny. Make it gold because it's more regal. So anyway, so it'll be the Camucho box that we work on. We still got to make some decisions on the neck. Will be pretty straightforward, like the other thing, and I might not show you every process, but actually just show you updates of where I'm at on the neck to at least get it done. Because what I'm going to try to do is make a flat neck, you know, not a scarf joint neck like the other one had, a flat neck, which is an easier one to make for the total wine box. But yeah, I hope you enjoy that. Thanks for watching. Same time, Saturday morning. Remember, this one is at 11:30. My train, or no, 11 o'clock. And my train one, which I'll be recording right after this, will be at 12 noon. And got some exciting things with that. Got a lot of track work done on the bass one. We'll be moving to the upper one soon. So with that, have a good weekend, and we will see you next week.